born in Florida, USA, 1920, back when segregation existed. He was the youngest of 17 children, 10 of whom had already died when he was born. His mother disliked the low quality of the schools at the time, so she made her own school in her backyard, tutoring around 30-plus children, including James. Her teachings and values affected James a lot positively. She taught her students the values of persistence, self-discipline, and standing up for oneself. One of her mantras was, "Thou shalt never quit," as the 11th commandment. James grew up, got infatuated with planes and flying. He later enrolled in the U.S. Army, got his pilot license, and started advancing quickly within the U.S. Army ranks. During World War II, he tutored many others how to fly a plane. Years later, he participated in the Korean War in 1950, driving deep into enemy territory over 100 times, risking his own life. As he later stated, "I never had time to think about getting killed. There was too much to do." After the Korean War, he participated in the Vietnam War, and his unit held the record of shooting down 7 MiGs in one mission, destroying enemy air superiority. In another part of the world, in 1969, a secret danger was looming. A young Libyan lieutenant named Muammar Gaddafi, together with 80 other officers, were secretly planning the overthrow of the Libyan monarchy. He was planning this for years, waiting for the perfect timing. And in 1969, his chance came. The Libyan king was old and sick, and had traveled to Greece to get proper medical treatment, leaving temporarily a power vacuum behind. Taking advantage of this situation, the young Lieutenant Muammar Gaddafi, with 80 fellow soldiers, army men, carried out a blitzkrieg coup, and in mere few hours, without any significant casualties, succeeded in taking over the power from the Libyan king, who was now exiled. There was one problem though. Libya had a U.S. Air Force base, and just 2 weeks before the revolution took place, James was appointed as commander of the U.S. base in Libya, responsible for the training of pilots and overseeing the whole base. A clash was bound to happen. James knew this very well the moment he saw the revolution happen. He read people well through experience and training, and he identified this wasn't really a revolution of Libyan people but about the ego of one man, Muammar Gaddafi. It wasn't long after that what James predicted happened. Gaddafi had his eyes on the airbase with all its advanced equipment and weaponry. He wanted to humiliate the Americans and make them flee by intimidation and overtake all the advanced weapons. So he sent an army patrol vehicles near the USA airbase. Tensions were high. Any mistake from either side could escalate the situation to a full bloody war. But James was quite experienced in warfare. He was not one to easily be intimidated. When he saw some Libyan army patrol actually enter the Air Force base, which had 4,000 U.S. soldiers and 10,000 family members of their wives and kids, James quickly, without hesitation, ordered the closing of the gates of the base, essentially locking the Libyan patrol soldiers inside. This escalated the situation tremendously, but there was no other choice. Gaddafi was testing U.S. resolve to see how far he can go. Now Gaddafi himself with his army surrounded the base, making his demands. James got out of the base alone, no escort, just him and his holster around the waist. He went up to Gaddafi, each insisting own demands. Gaddafi got agitated and put his hand on his holster to draw out his fancy pistol, to which James firmly said, "Move your hand away from that gun." Gaddafi, upon seeing that this commander was serious and not bullied, took his hand off his weapon. James later stated, if he had pulled that gun, his hand would have never cleared the holster. After this encounter, Gaddafi agreed to let the Americans leave Libya peacefully without any harm to anyone and without any humiliation or weapon confiscation. And the rest, as they say, is history.